Today we are making a short video about ninth chords on bass. First of all, what is a ninth chord? Well, in music theory, a ninth chord is a chord that includes the interval of a ninth when arranged in close position with the root in the bass. So like the word says, the key interval of this chord is root and ninth grade. A ninth grade is simply a second grade played one octave higher. So if we're talking G, for example, the second grade is A, and then we move one octave up and we have a ninth grade. So this is the interval that characterizes this chord. Ninth chords are normally played on piano or guitar and also include other notes, like the major or minor third, for example, or the dominant seventh. But to play this chord on bass, we had to use a simplified version of it, made with the root, fifth, and our ninth grade. This is the basic version of a ninth chord that we can play on a bass guitar. As you can tell, it has a very dreamy quality that a regular triad doesn't have, for example. This type of chord is also used on guitar. The most famous example is the main riff of Message in a Bottle by The Police, which is made with ninth chords arpeggios. Pantera's Flood's outro is also based on ninth chords. One good thing about this chord is that it has a very easy shape to remember and to move around the fretboard. I'm a very visual person, so I tend to associate shapes to chords, like a triangle for a dominant 7th chord, or an L for a power chord, for example. So this chord has a very simple shape, and for me that makes it natural and easy to play without having to think about it too much. So how can we use the ninth chord to create bass lines? We can use them like a regular arpeggio, for example, to create a cool intro or an instrumental break. Or we can use the ninth as a passing note to add some spice. Or we can land on it to add a feeling of suspension. Another very important thing about this chord is that it has no third, so you can use it either under a major or a minor chord for different effects. And that's great, especially if you are improvising, because you only need to know the root note. And finally, you can use it instead of a power chord in a rock or metal context to add a bit of spice to the part. But the most important thing about ninth chords on bass is that nobody really used them on a rock or metal context. And that's the reason why you should start using them right away. Right, I hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram.